Hi, thank you for joining us. We hope everyone is keeping cool amid this massive holiday heat wave. This July 4th is expected to be the hottest ever for millions of Americans, as more than half of the United States will be trapped under a heat dome through the holiday weekend. Forecasters predict more than 300 records to be set by Saturday. Temperatures above 90 degrees are expected in Memphis, St. Louis, New Orleans, Atlanta, and Jacksonville. Washington and New York will see triple-digit temps. Speaking of the Big Apple, the National Weather Service says Central Park hit 100 degrees with a heat index at 106 for the first time since 2012 today. Mayor Zohran Mamdani is deploying cool vans for the first time in city history to provide New Yorkers with medical care, water, and transportation to cooling centers. Boston has opened 24 splash pads and 8 cooling shelters across the city to help people find relief from the heat. The National Weather Service also issued an extreme heat watch in Washington for today and tomorrow, as the capital hosts millions of visitors for America's 250th birthday. A high of 101 degrees is expected on July 4th, which would be the district's highest recorded temperature for that date. In Charleston, South Carolina, a nonprofit is donating air conditioning units and fans to older people in need. Forecasters say the heat index there could go up to 105 degrees on Independence Day. And in Atlanta, temps are expected to hit 94 degrees on Saturday as the city holds its annual Northside Hospital Peachtree Road Race. Extra water and spray stations will be available for runners. AAA projects more than 61 million Americans will crank up the AC and travel by car through July 5th, despite high gas prices. Nearly 6 million Americans will take domestic flights, a slight increase over last year. CBS News senior transportation correspondent Kris Cleave has more on how the heat is affecting airport workers.
Working through the sizzling and soaring summer temperatures has United Airlines bringing in extra staff, setting up cooling stations and taking frequent breaks on the ramp at Dulles Airport outside Washington. The dangerous heat wave is hitting at the peak of the Independence Day travel rush.
It definitely is another challenge. We start planning on this stuff actually in the springtime, planning on our heavy loads and what we're going to do. And the heat, we just add that to the checklist to make sure that we have things properly prepared.
John Alfred left Los Angeles yesterday, hoping to miss the crowds.
We got padding around the holiday, going from the middle of the week to the middle of the next week. Just seemed like a good time. Also, prices were cheaper.
AAA is forecasting a record 72.2 million travelers as America celebrates its 250th. Most will drive, many aiming to find cooler ground.
I'm trying to get out early to beat the heat, get some of this fresh air, and then get some enjoyment out of it before it turns 100.
The extreme heat can also take its toll on equipment at oil refineries, slowing the production of gasoline and jet fuel when demand is high.
It can reduce refining output by several percentage points. And when the nation's refineries are already been operating at about 96% of capacity, a reduction could see the nation's refineries lose 2 to 3 percentage points of output, which can add up.
And this extreme heat comes as today is shaping up to be the busiest travel day, not only of the July 4th holiday, but of the year so far. The TSA expects to screen 3 million or more passengers at airports nationwide. Kris Cleave, CBS News, Washington Dulles Airport.
All right, let's bring in CBS News meteorologist and national weather correspondent Rob Marciano in our nation's capital, where it is 100 degrees right now. I mean, Rob, I took my baby for a walk this morning at 7 in the morning, and I was dripping with sweat. What is happening? What is a heat dome?
Well, for one thing, what this does is it keeps the overnight temperatures high. So when you went out for a walk at 7 a.m., the actual temperature was still in the 80s. With the humidity, it still felt like 90, 91, 92. So it's just inescaping this stuff. So the heat dome basically is when you have high pressure in the atmosphere from top to bottom. And so unlike a regular summertime spell, you get a lot of sinking air over land. It bakes the land, that air compresses. And on July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, that's the strongest sun you're going to see all year. So it just kind of is this cycle that keeps that heat from hanging around or escaping, and it won't really until something comes and breaks it up, which won't be in the east until really Sunday and Monday and Tuesday. So we still got some time left here.
Oof. All right. What are the biggest problem areas and what are you tracking?
Well, I mean, we've got dozens of cities that are going to break record high temperatures, if not today, tomorrow, and likely into the holiday week. So we've got extreme heat warnings that are posted for the same areas that have been posted for the past couple of days. And the red numbers here are what it feels like with the heat and humidity, but that's in the shade, remember. Okay, so Louisville will be up and over 100 or feel that way through Sunday. D.C. through Sunday. I think your warmest day is going to be tomorrow. Same thing for New York City. But you can see, at least not everywhere except for New York and Chicago, it stays with us until through Sunday. And it's inescapable really until you go west of the Rocky Mountains. So the West Coast is looking pretty good, but the eastern two-thirds of the country really continues to bake. And that goes for Saturday as well. There will be some thunderstorms mixed in across the northern tier and maybe sneaking down finally into the I-95 corridor, but that may be ill-timed and come right during fireworks festivities. All right, we do have thunderstorm watches that are in effect for severe weather tonight across the Dakotas, Iowa, also across parts of Tennessee for potentially some hail and damaging winds. And then tomorrow, that ribbon around the high from Des Moines to Chicago through Toledo and Cleveland, all the way to New York City and D.C., there's a chance of seeing severe weather the next couple of evenings. So, yeah, we want those storms to cool us off, but they may come with a price as far as seeing some damaging winds. Saturday here for the 4th of July celebrations, going to feel like 100 degrees plus until the evening, and at that time there may be some thunderstorms. So we'll have to watch all that carefully. In the meantime, just do what you have to do to stay cool as we try to celebrate 250 in style. But it's tough to do it when you're sweating this bad, Lindsay, isn't it?
Ooh, yeah. All right. You're still smiling, though. Rob Marciano, thank you so much to you and your crew for putting up with that heat for us. We appreciate it.